Fellow Groggers, welcome back to Grog Games. It is your boy Super Potion. Today we are going over our Twitter D&D game, figuring out what happened with the side quests and the polls that we picked the last 2 weeks for our game. Since technically we are in a tavern, so what happened with our poll 2 weeks ago is this. Your party is in the cellar of the local tavern, searching for giant rats that have been pestering the bartender's stock. You see a hole at the end of the cellar about 4 by 4 feet in dimension. What do you do? And correct me if I'm wrong, but something happened and I don't think it's happened so far, or at least if it has, I didn't remember it. We freaking tied. 38% for both, for light a torch and proceed, and also search the cellar with a perception check. So because we did tie, we did do both actions for the poll. So our character Charlotte did search around the cellar, and she found several sets of clothes in various sizes. That's a little suspicious, right? This is a tavern, various sizes. Regardless of this, you proceed down the tunnel. Since you guys are playing the character and no one's here to like speak to me and whatnot, since I'm the DM, generally I sort of have to infirm Charlotte's nature from the choices that you've made before. So since you guys have picked Fireball a bunch, I'm assuming Charlotte's just a little bit cocky. So that's why, even though she found the clothes, she proceeded through the tunnel like, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's Charlotte, she's fine, she has Fireball, so. So the tunnel opens up to a room. Something crunches underneath your feet as you're walking, and you don't need a perception check to understand that it's human remains, human bones crunching underneath. Suddenly something leaps out from the darkness. You're only carrying a torch, so it's pretty much dark all around you. And it leaps out, knocks the torch away from you. What would you do? With 47%, we had ready action Fireball. I technically didn't throw us in initiative yet, like an actual battle, so I let you guys ready in action. Shout out to my boy Grinch for that meme of Fry there. So the rest of the party sort of follows suit after they see you pull back in a defensive stance, ready that Fireball. Everyone else draws their weapons, prepared for whatever is about to happen right now, really. So now I think we're gonna go into battle mode pretty much. So let's cue that background. Now our friendly neighborhood goblin is actually gonna make the first move here. Glorko did roll pretty high for his initiative, so he actually has an advantage too. He's the only one in the party who has night vision, so he can see what's going on here. And he actually yells out with his free action. Oh god, I gotta do a voice, don't I? Guys, there's ghouls here! Seeing these creatures, which you cannot see right now because they're in the darkness, he actually attacks. Let's fly his sling. So, holy shit, that's a nat 20. You hear Glorko swing a rock round in his sling, fire it, and you hear just a crack and an immediate scream of anguish from somewhere in the darkness. You can't see what it is, but you hear that, and then a second later you hear a body just fall to the ground, and then you don't hear anything else. Glorko legit, just took out one of these things by himself. That's freaking crazy. So, Charlotte's actually next, but since we're prepping an attack action, we're actually going to wait. As you're standing there, defending yourself, fire in one hand, ready to strike, this thing lunges out from the shadows. And it lunges close enough that you can see it now. Since you can see the torch on the ground, there's fire in your hand, so there's sort of some light around you, just not immediately in different parts of the cavern. And it sort of looks like this. So I took this description from a D&D site because I thought it was pretty good. This foul medium creature appears more or less humanoid, but has mottled, decaying flesh drawn tight across clearly visible bones. It is mostly hairless, has a carnivore's sharp teeth and jagged claws. Its eyes burn like hot coals in their sunken sockets. So it looks disturbing AF pretty much. This thing lunges towards you, and it sort of trips and staggers either from the excitement or it just lost its footing, completely misses you. Since you're prepared for this, you let loose your Fireball at it. The Fireball slings straight at the ghoul. It gets blasted off and you hear it hitting the rock wall. It sort of slings down, but you hear it scrabbling away to a different corner where you can't see. It seems like it's hurt pretty bad, but it's not down and out yet. It's Isabel, our ranger's turn. She strikes an arrow in her bow and lets it loose. So Isabel releases the arrow, completely misses, and what happens is, since she's sort of in the back and you're sort of in the front, she lets it fly, and the arrow flies and sort of hits your shoulder right there. It actually inflicts a minor wound to you. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Penderdrap, cleric's turn. Let's go. All right. He is going to actually cast a holy light spell, which is going to illuminate the area, since he can't see either. He casts that successfully, lights up the cavern. You can see the one ghoul on the side of the wall it's dead, and then the other ghoul is slinking in the corner, preparing for a counterattack. Oh, it's our boy's turn. Belran, yes, here we go. Alright, so he's going to charge the ghoul in the corner. Belran slashes at the ghoul. It sort of scurries away at the last second, so it hits it across the shoulder and a little way down its chest, inflicting a minor wound to it. So after all this has happened, you hear a slight noise behind you and turn around just for a second, and you actually see not another ghoul, you see the bartender coming down the tunnel, a crossbow in hand, towards you guys, and he sort of yells a shriek of anguish, which is unusual, and he actually aims the crossbow at you guys. And the bartender is actually going to shoot the crossbow at Penderdrap, since he's in the back of the party. So he fires the crossbow at Penderdrap, and it sort of just hits the ground next to him, doesn't really hit him at all. Damn, dude. Betrayed by the bartender. Glorko's turn next. He is actually going to turn back around and attack the bartender. He flies a rock straight at the bartender, hits him in the chest, and he sort of bends over a little bit, like the air got knocked out of him. So he's hurt a little bit now. You're actually going to face the bartender as well. So we let loose a fireball, and shit. Bullshit! So that fireball actually hits Penderdrap. Sort of blasts him square on the side of the face, like this whole area right here. And he sort of stumbles back because we hit him with a fireball. Now that's what I call friendly fire. That joke won't happen again, maybe. I can't promise that. So the ghoul, instead of attacking Belran, it's actually going to run further in the corner. And Penderdrap and Isabel notice that there's a small cavern in the corner. And it looks like it's trying to escape or go further down, perhaps. It crawls to the tunnel in the corner, or the little hole, and it sort of shrieks at it before crawling into it. And that's what happens on its turn. So it's Isabel's turn, and she's actually going to shout toward the bartender with a free action. Oh god, forgive me for this voice. Isabel says, "Drop your crossbow, it's 5 against 1. The bartender responds by saying, "No, it's too late for that." Isabel lets an arrow fly at him then, and it hits him in the shoulder, and it actually knocks the crossbow from him. He drops it on the ground. So the bartender's lying against the cave floor, wounded. Ghouls are nowhere, and the battle's technically won. I think we're gonna leave it at there, guys. There's a few things that we could do at this point, and it's gonna be up to you how we want to proceed with this, with the treacherous bartender, with the ghouls, I mean with this whole town, really. So we'll see you guys in the poll on Friday, and go from there. Let me know who your favorite character is down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe for more additional Twitter D&D, and also our other RPG related videos, video games. We do Let's Plays, so super cool. And we'll see you guys later. Bye, fellow Groggers.